Hey, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring that bell, because when you do, you get all the videos instantaneously. Like today's video, very special. Hey, listen, I dedicate videos to all kinds of people, friends, fans, whoever. Today, I'm dedicating this video to a lot of people. A whole country, as a matter of fact. The country of Ukraine. I feel what you're going through. Very tough times. So today, borscht. Ukrainian borscht. Wonderful soup, full of vegetables and beets. If you think you don't like beets, gotta rethink that, because this soup is wonderful flavor, rich, sweet, with beets. Fantastic. Only one thing left to do. Let's get cooking. Okay, so first thing I have to do really is cut the vegetables. A lot of vegetables here. Now, this is my secret to making good vegetable soup. Right here. See that? Most supermarkets have this in a package already. It's all the vegetables you're going to need for a good vegetable soup. So there's no real waste. Like, I need celery, I need carrots, I need onions. If I buy a pound or two of each, it's too much, and then my refrigerator gets full of nonsense. This way, I cut it all, I use it all, no leftovers. That's fantastic. Okay, so the first thing I have here is my onion. And the onions just get diced. Between 1/4 of an inch and 1/2 an inch. Not too small, not too big. Just like that. Next thing we have here is a white turnip. Now you see that skin? It's edible, but I don't like to use it, so I'm going to peel it off. Now I'm going to cut all these vegetables into a very special size cut. It's a paisan cut. Traditionally for minestrone soup. I love this cut. You know why? A lot of surface area. More surface area in the vegetable, more flavor. Flavor's fantastic. Gotta have that flavor, that vegetable flavor. Okay, let me show you how to do this real easy. I cut into like thick sticks. Between 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch. It's fine. Now if I were to dice this, that's what it would be like, okay? But paisan, what we're going to do is we're going to slice it like that. Okay, and you get a lot of surface area, because like if I'm dicing it, like that's a dice, right? But look at all the extra surface area you get, because it's cut in between like that, like little tiles. Fantastic. I have a carrot in here. And carrot is the same thing. This came with a leek too. That's fantastic. I take out the middle part of the leek. That just gets sliced. And then cut the rest of the leek in like a large dice, because it already come like in layers, and you get your nice paisan cut. Then we have this, looks like a white carrot. That's actually a parsnip. Also very nice and sweet. And I'm going to cut that into a nice paisan. Okay, beautiful. Celery, okay? And celery is very easy. So all you gotta do is slice it. Okay, there you go. Okay, I got here about a pound I got about a pound of beets. And first we gotta do is peel them. And then we'll cut half of the beets just like those vegetables. A nice paisan cut. Hey, it's gonna turn my hands a little red. Don't get nervous. It's okay, they'll wash out. Then we have to cut it into a paisan. Beautiful. Hey, check out my hands. I'm gonna wash them off, get most of the red off. The rest will come off as the day goes on. Okay, now one more thing we have to do before we start cooking this. We have to cut up some garlic. I have here 6 cloves of garlic that I peeled. And what we're gonna do with this garlic is we're going to slice it. Now 6 cloves seems like a lot of garlic. However, because you're slicing it nice and big, it's okay, because the bigger you slice it, the more sweet it is. If you chop it really fine, it becomes hot, spicy, and more pungent. So we use extra garlic and give it a nice sweet garlic flavor. Now we're going to use this Dutch oven and put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil inside. We're going to put on medium-low, and then we're going to add all the vegetables to it. We're going to cook these vegetables for about 15-20 minutes. Give them a stir occasionally. And don't forget all that beautiful garlic. Hey, my hands are looking better already. I washed them. Gotta wash your hands once in a while. All right. Okay, so you don't want to cook this at high heat. You don't want to get any color on this. You just want this to like cook, but no color. It's called sweating. You can see all the vegetables are going to turn a little red. That's okay. This whole soup's going to be red. Very good. Don't forget, I have this other 8 ounces of beets. So I'm going to peel it. And then I'm going to grate it. Beautiful, grated beets. Let's set that aside. We're going to use that up later. What I have here is 5 cups of vegetable broth. Before I do anything with it, I'm going to throw in about a half a cup to a cup into a bowl with 1/3 of a cup of tomato paste. The reason why I do this is because the tomato paste mixes easier if you dilute it a little bit. So I don't want to just add the tomato paste straight into the soup. Okay, I want to dilute it so that when you mix it into the soup, it mixes a little easier. So you have 1/3 of a cup of tomato paste, and then you throw in maybe a half a cup of vegetable broth. Okay, look at all these vegetables. They turned red on me. That's from the beets. So I'm going to take the other 4.5 cups of vegetable broth and put it right in with these vegetables that have been cooking for about 20 minutes. Look at that. That looks fantastic. Now we can add that diluted tomato paste. Woo, look at that soup now. That looks terrific. Hey, one more thing we got to add. Remember the grated beets we did? Throw that right in there. So half the beets get sauteed or sweated, and half the beets get grated and then mixed in. Now that's a nice thick soup. Look at that. Okay, wonderful. Now I'm going to cook this for about a half hour, then I'm going to check on it, because we have to cook those grated beets. Okay, so I put on low. I'm going to cover it and cook it for a half hour, nice and low. Meanwhile, there's a special accompaniment that goes with this. Okay, so this soup is like a whole meal. Okay, so you have to have a little something with it. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some bread. Pumpernickel's classic. You can use rye if you want. Have some kind of bread. We're going to slice it, toast it, and then we're going to top it and season it really nice with some stuff. Okay, let's get going. You'll see what I mean. Hey, I'm taping this today from New York, so the best pumpernickel bread I can get in New York, bagels. That's fantastic. Listen, you might not live in New York. You might not live near a bagel store. You might live who knows where. Wherever you're from, welcome. But it might not be New York. So, you can use pumpernickel bread. You can use rye bread is also good. And just toast it and then continue with the recipe. But for me, I'm going to use this bagel. And let me show you what I do with it. I'm going to take this bagel. I'm going to cut it in half, just so it's easier to work with. And then I'm going to slice it. About 1/4 of an inch thick, nice and thin. I have a sheet pan here. I put all these bagel pieces on a sheet pan. Spread them out. Then I'm going to give them a little bit of a oil spray, just so that they don't burn. Turn them over and spray the other side too. I'm going to put these in a preheated 350-degree oven for about 10 minutes. I'm going to turn them over, and I'm going to shut the oven off and just leave them in there until the soup's ready. And then we're going to finish these up. So, in they go. 350 degrees, 10 minutes. I'm going to turn them over, shut the oven off, and let them dry out like a cracker. Very good. Check that out. That looks good. I also took my pumpernickel bagels out of the oven, nice and crispy. Now to finish up this soup, I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of chopped dill. Don't chop it too fine. If you chop dill too fine, it gets like a grassy kind of taste. You don't want it. Just chop it nice and rough. See? Like that. Okay, we throw the dill in the soup. And I have to add some vinegar. Listen, this soup is very rich and very sweet. I'm going to add some vinegar. This is a really good sherry vinegar. You can use sherry vinegar, you can use apple cider vinegar, but use a good quality vinegar. And use 1 tablespoon. Look at how thick and rich that soup is. This is like a meal in itself. Very nice. Okay, so I have those pumpernickel bagels. And they're toasted nice, and now I have to finish them off because we're going to serve that with this soup. Beautiful accompaniment. Okay, I'm going to take a clove of garlic. I'm going to rub it on that bread. Just like that. Give it a little bit. You can see a little piece of garlic on there. Okay, nice flavor. I have this yogurt. It's 2% fat. That's the middle. Okay. You can use 5% fat, you can use 2% fat, but I wouldn't go with fat-free. Spread it on like it's like cream cheese, you know? Just give a nice little thin layer of the yogurt. That's nice. I'll add some richness to it. And then a nice sprig of dill. I'm going to roughly chop it. We're going to sprinkle it right on there. Ooh, that's nice. And we serve the soup with these. Very lovely. Hey, this soup is fantastic. I'm going to have it as a meal probably tonight because it's a little cold right now in New York, and so this will go good with some cold weather. Borscht. Fantastic. Hey, you know what you got to do? If you like this soup, you got to check out my chicken noodle soup. That's really fantastic. And for the people of Ukraine, I'm thinking about you, I'm praying for you, and I'm having some beautiful borscht soup. Thanks to you guys. It's dedicated to you. I'll see you in my next video.